In a bustling little town nestled between rolling hills, life moved at a brisk pace. People hurried about their daily routines, often too preoccupied to notice the small moments of kindness that passed them by. But in the heart of the town stood a small, unassuming bakery, where the aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with the scent of hope and generosity. This was where an extraordinary chain of kindness was about to begin. The rain poured steadily outside, drumming softly against the windows of the small bakery. Inside, the warm light from the overhead lamps cast a cozy glow over the wooden shelves lined with freshly baked bread, pastries, and cakes. The air was filled with the comforting scent of cinnamon and yeast, wrapping around anyone who entered like a soft blanket. Lena stood behind the counter, carefully arranging a tray of still warm croissants. Her chestnut hair, wavy and lustrous, while a few loose strands tenderly framed her face. She wore her usual cream-colored sweater, the sleeves pushed up to her elbows, and her blue apron was dusted with flour. Her brown eyes sparkled with contentment as she hummed a soft tune, the sound mingling with the quiet murmur of rain. The bell above the door chimed softly, and Lena looked up to see a man step into the bakery, shaking raindrops from his old trench coat. His graying hair was damp, and his tired eyes scanned the room before landing on the counter. Lena noticed the way he hesitated, his fingers nervously fiddling with the coins in his hand. "Good afternoon," Lena greeted him with a warm smile, her voice as soothing as the scent of freshly baked bread. "What can I get for you today?" The man, Mr. Thompson, glanced at the display of bread, his expression conflicted. Lena could see the strain in his eyes, the quiet desperation he tried to hide. Without a second thought, she reached for the largest, most fragrant loaf and placed it in a brown paper bag. "This one's on the house," she said, her smile never wavering. "Consider it a little kindness on a rainy day." Mr. Thompson's eyes widened in surprise, and for a moment he was speechless. I don't know what to say," he finally stammered, his voice thick with emotion. "Just pay it forward when you can," Lena replied gently, handing him the bag. Kindness has a way of coming back around. As Mr. Thompson took the bread, his expression softened, and a small, rare smile tugged at the corners of his lips. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with quiet gratitude. He left the bakery with a lighter heart, the warmth of Lena's kindness guiding him through the rainy streets. The bell above the door chimed again as he exited, leaving Lena to continue her work, her own heart warmed by the simple act. Little did she know, her gesture would spark a chain reaction, touching lives in ways she could never have imagined. As Mr. Thompson walked through the town, the warmth of Lena's kindness lingered with him. He couldn't shake the feeling that he needed to pass it on. Later that day, while waiting at the bus stop, he noticed a young woman struggling to carry a heavy bag of groceries. Her name was Emma, a college student with bright blue eyes and short auburn hair that curled slightly at the ends. She wore a simple hoodie and jeans, her face flushed with exertion. "Here, let me help you with that," Mr. Thompson offered, stepping forward. Emma looked at him in surprise, then smiled gratefully as he took the bag from her. Mr. Thompson nodded, feeling a sense of fulfillment as they walked to her apartment building. "Just doing what I can," he replied with a small smile. Emma, inspired by his generosity, decided that she too would find a way to pay it forward. The next day, Emma was in the park when she noticed a little boy crying, his knee scraped and bleeding. His name was Jacob, a 6-year-old with curly blonde hair and big, tear-filled brown eyes. He wore a bright yellow raincoat and clutched his teddy bear tightly. Emma knelt down beside him, her expression soft and concerned. "Hey there, little guy. Let's get you patched up, okay?" She gently cleaned his wound with a tissue and bandaged it with a plaster she had in her bag. "There you go. All better now," she said with a reassuring smile. Jacob sniffled, his tears slowing as he looked up at her with wide eyes.
Thank you.
He whispered. Emma smiled warmly. No need to thank me. Just be sure to help someone else when you can, okay? The story ends back at the bakery, where Lena is closing up for the day. As she steps outside, she sees a small, heartwarming moment. A young boy, Jacob, helping an elderly lady cross the street. Lena smiles, recognizing that the kindness she had shown to Mr. Thompson had created a ripple effect, touching lives in ways she could never have imagined. If you want to see and watch tales like this, please like and subscribe to this channel and let us explore all the learnings that entail in each story. Till next time, my friend, don't forget, always choose to be kind.